If you know anything about me and you've listened to me or watched me over the years, you know that soldiers, policemen, and firefighters I have the utmost respect for. I embarrass my children, as a matter of fact, every time I see them on the street. I stop or I cross the street and I go over and I shake their hand and I thank them. I hate the way the cops and soldiers and everybody else treat our police officers and our soldiers. Tonight I want to talk to the police and firefighters. They are being asked by the FOP, the police are, to stand with the AFL-CIO. AFL-CIO is a group that by the end of the hour you will hopefully have a different opinion of if you have an open mind. I've already shown you that they are standing with cop killers. The AFL-CIO, also I showed you earlier this week, had a rally in Washington, D.C., and then they used a permit that was obtained by the International Socialist Organization. This is the International Socialist Organization logo here. This is the AFL-CIO logo in Wisconsin. Do you notice the similarities? Then, so they have the socialists hosting it. By the way, are socialists friends of cops? They have the socialists get the permit, and then they have Van Jones speak. Now, Van Jones, ever since we heard his name, I have been told over and over again, don't worry about him, he's a nobody. Okay, so he's a radical revolutionary communist that doesn't like cops and a 9/11 truther. So what? He's only a mid-level White House staffer. Then, after that, he was only working for George Soros and John Podesta at the Center for American Progress. Oh, big deal. And now he's just about the heart part. Somewhere along the line, a guy who called for violence and radicalism on the streets has found Jesus. Okay, I don't know where he did, because as far as I know, Jesus doesn't attend SDS or 9/11 truther meetings, but maybe, hey, you can find him everywhere, right? But this is who the police in Wisconsin are standing in solidarity, locked arm in arm. Wake up. Wake up. Does anybody remember that before he became the green job czar at the White House, Van Jones was making a name for himself in Oakland with his organization, Bay Area Police Watch. This was a group that, quote, has worked to protect the community from police misconduct. Jones also was a Free Mumia supporter. He rallied and protested for the release of cop killer Mumia Abu Jamal. Read the story on him. Jones eventually moved Bay Area Police Watch, tucked it inside to the Ella Baker Center. Heard that name? Oh yeah, earlier in the last break. He adopted the attitude that it was better to drop the radical pose for the radical ends. It seems to be working. He also signed a petition calling for nationwide resistance against police brutality. The petition was organized by the October 22nd Coalition. Police, you know what that is? I hope you do. It's an anti-cop organization whose mission statement was drawn up. By the way, do we have the signature of Van Jones? It was drawn up by the leaders of the Radical Black Panther Collective for Social Progress. It's great. The movement organizes yearly national demonstrations to create unity among the different groups of people being attacked. Unite to fight. Again, police officers, is this who you want to stand with? Apparently, the answer is yes, because this program reached out. One of our producers spoke with Jim Pasco. He is the executive director of the National Fraternal Order of Police. I don't think he fully understands what we were going to expose tonight. This is what he said to us. The fact that Van Jones is speaking out on collective bargaining issue does not mean that they support or agree with another entire thing in his repertoire. They are prepared to take whatever measures necessary within the law to ensure that the rights of their members are not abrogated. They would be protesting with Glenn Beck if he was at the forefront of collective bargaining movement. That would be a mistake if I had the record of the AFL-CIO and Van Jones. Do you know the story of the scorpion and the turtle? Both wanted to get to the other side of the river. The problem was, one of them was a scorpion. This is the kind of attitude that the left counts on. Van Jones is being given credibility by the FOP. You give him credibility by standing next to him. Police officers, I want to show you, you cannot give him or the AFL-CIO, and I'll explain in a second, any kind of credibility. You cannot raise these people's profiles. You must isolate. That's what they do. Because in their off hours, the AFL-CIO and Van Jones are teaching classes. I'm going to show you what was made for the teachers by the AFL-CIO with the help of the uber left, and now is in every school in New York State. Watch, please. Next.